The model today is a beautiful 4 bedrooms, 3 bathroom on a lot huge enough for you to build a nice pool and then still have some land left for your 4-legged friends. Let's have a look. Let's go. Hello and welcome to another episode of Orlando Home Show, where strategy matters, passion rules. The house behind me is a beautiful 4 bedrooms, 3 bathroom, 2-car garage, 2371 square foot on a 50 by 120 lot. The lot is big enough for you to build a nice, beautiful pool and then still have land left for your 4-legged friends. The first thing you're going to notice is you have this nice cemented pathway that can easily fit 2 cars. One thing that I do want to point out is that in this specific community, in this house or in houses in this community, you're only going to get 1 coach light. They used to give you 2, but the builder is trying to, I wouldn't want to say cut corners, but the builder is trying to save money to keep the prices still affordable and still give you a great interest rate so that you are able to, afford the house, because everything has gone up. The prices have gone up. At the time of the shoot, the interest rate is 7.5%. But since you're watching this video, I got a way for you that you can buy this house at 5.5%. So you have this nice walkway. There's a little step over here. I'm not a huge fan of that. Now, it's also because of the way the lot is, because the elevation of this lot from the street is a little bit up. So that's probably why they have that step. So let's go in and check this beautiful house out. Hello, and welcome to another beautiful floor plan. Now I'm back in winter heaven. I wasn't able to get to this house before because the house wasn't ready. And I just want you to know that I am doing my best to be able to bring you all the floor plans, because the builder is going to have like 10, 12 floor plans, but then 1 or 2 or maybe 4 models, decorated models. And for me, looking at like this house is 4 bedrooms, 3 bathroom, 2-car garage, 2377 square foot. It all sounds great on paper, but unless I'm able to walk through so I know exactly how big the rooms are, what is the flow of the house, it doesn't make sense. So if you want to know more about Winter Heaven, make sure to check out Orlando Living with D. That's where I bring you community videos where you will know about Winter Heaven as a community. You want to know about school, hospital, shopping, dining, or you want to compare Winter Heaven to other suburban areas that are next to it, such as Haines City, Lake Elford, Davenport. We have done videos over there. And if Spanish is your main language, make sure to check out Orlando Home Show in Espanol, because that's where we bring you these homes in Spanish. So the first thing you're going to notice is you have this nice 6'8" door with this nice window bringing in a good amount of light. Now with this builder, this is what you see, this is what you get, and there is no going to the design center and choosing. Now this comes with the MVP flooring. It's a darker one. I did another home where they had the MVP flooring and it was lighter, and then we did another model which was a 4-2 on a 40 by 120, and this one is on a 50 by 120. And since it's a 2-story, you will have enough land, and I'm going to show you where your land goes to so that you can build a nice pool and yet have more room in terms of your 4-legged friends if you have one. So right over here is the very first secondary bedroom. The good thing is that it's a 4-3 and it has a bedroom and a full bathroom downstairs, especially when you're living so close to Disney. It's about 45 minutes down the road to an hour, depending upon the time of the day. You're going to have friends, from the woodwork coming to visit you and relatives. So it's nice that if they come in, they have their privacy down here while you have your privacy up there. You have the solid door right over here that gives you, that's your closet. I love the fact that you have 2 solid doors. The blinds are included, and these are the magnetic blinds that most builders are using. In the older construction, they used to have one of those ones. So this is kind of nice. I have the old ones with the thread, and my 2 little kids, I have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, and especially my 5-year-old, he's just playing with things. So it's kind of nice that you have magnetic, especially when you have kids. The other thing that I want to point out is that you have this one light right there. Some builders will just give you the fixture for you to be able to put a light or a fan, but with this builder, you get a light. And then as I come out, this is where you have the very first secondary shower tub combination with the plexiglass at the back. Not a huge fan of plexiglass, but you know, a subway tile would have been better, that I know their competition or their competitor does that. Every builder is going to be different and unique in little things that they do. What really matters is what works for you. And that is why, you know, I want you to be aware of, like, don't get carried away with the square footage. I understand bedroom and bathrooms are important, but don't get too carried away with the square footage. What you want to make sure is that you understand how the flow of the house is. Hey, where is, like, this is a 4-3, but if all the bedrooms are upstairs, it may not work. So it's nice that they have a full bedroom and a bathroom down here. So you have the undermount sink with the quartz right over there. You have the MVP flooring. And as I come out, you have the closet space, you know, like a coat closet or a clean closet, you know, I guess a coat closet for 2 or 3 days that it gets cold. And then it's nice, beautiful, and sunny. And as I walk in, the whole place just opens up. This is the size of the island. You have the quartz with 100, like, it's not a split sink, it's a stainless steel sink with this beautiful white 36-inch cabinets included in the price. Microwave, venting outside. Now with the microwave, and I say this almost on all of my videos, you know, you may or may not agree with me, but you know, the good thing is that it vents outside, so the smell of the food being cooked is kind of going outside, but you do lose a cabinet space right there. And as I turn behind, you have the double door refrigerator included in the price. And the price of this house all included is $389,900. It includes all your appliances. You have the quartz, the MVP. Now with the MVP, you know, it's really nice and it is somewhat water resistant. You still want to be careful. I personally prefer tile, and they have some floor plans that comes with the tile. So it kind of really depends. I prefer tile because my kids, you know, if they spill and if I couldn't get to it right away, you know, it's not going to puff up the MVP, because with the MVP, it is water resistant. However, if you leave it overnight, it will soak in that and then it will puff up, which is not a good idea, or it would not look good. So it's kind of nice. Like if you clean that in the next hour or so, I think you'll be fine. But if you kind of let it sit overnight, then it may not be such a good idea, especially with kids. That is something you need to be aware of. Now, this is something that you can always change later on. You know, you want to be able to afford a home, start paying for your own mortgage, so that you can at least get off that rent rolls that you've been paying for years. You're building your wealth through building equity and buying your own home. This is your pantry, so it's a pretty nice, good size. Now, this is a 2-story home with a bedroom and a bathroom. Now, before I take you upstairs, I want to show you the garage, because I want to point out a couple of things in the garage as I do. This is a block construction home, so that means the first floor. And actually with this builder, they do block over block. This is the only builder that does that. There are very few builders that have certain models that will do block over block, but for the most part, you will have the block and frame. My own personal house is block and frame, but I love that this is a block construction all the way through. You have this ballad over here, which is required by the code, and it's not required in every community. So some builders will have it, some builders will not have it, and it's kind of nice that they have there so that you don't run into your own water heater. You also have the garage. Now, the garage door opener is not here, but it is included at the time of the shoot. Things of this nature sometimes do change. So if you want to know, hey, what are the latest incentives, please make sure that you put that in the comment below. I'll be happy to send you that. And if you want to know the whole floor, like the whole floor plan or the right dimensions, put that in the comment and we'll be happy to send you. Now, this is how you get your flooring. If you haven't watched the video playlist on the do's and don'ts of building a brand new home, or what kind of inspections you need to do, then please go ahead and do that, because I not only talk about it, but I show you things that you need to do to safeguard your investment. Because, you know, buying a home, you don't buy a home every other day. You buy, and it's a long-term play. So you want to also safeguard and do some things that's going to enhance the value of your house. Now, it doesn't have a covered lanai area. So you have this nice pad that you get, but look at the size of this lot. This goes all the way until that point right there where you see the fence. If you build a nice pool, you are still going to have a decent size land. And this is something that I always say, this is on a 50 by 120. And I always say, like, if this was a single family home, a ranch style home that I actually did, which was a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,077 square foot, when you have the pad, it takes so much space that it's not going to leave enough room to be able to build a pool, and it's the same size lot. So having a two-story home gives you that advantage. Now, talking about the pool, you actually don't really need a pool if you really do not want to build one, because this community is only $69 a month, and they will be having a resort style pool, a gym, a clubhouse. Everything is going to be there by the time they're all said and done. This is a planned urban development community, and it's going to have a lot of amenities for just $69. Now, this does have a CDD, and it's about $1,862 a year. That is something, and let me just explain you what CDD is. CDD is basically a tax that you have to pay for the next 30 years for the infrastructure in relation to the sewer line, electric cable, internet cable, stuff like that. Some builders will pay that up front, but then your prices or your base prices are going to be higher, and some builders will not do that, so it's more affordable, but you still have to pay for that. And at the end of the day, there's no free lunch. You as a consumer, you as the end user will have to pay that in one way or other. So that is something to keep in mind. What you want to do is, like what this builder is doing at this point in time on all their inventory home, is they're making it super affordable. 5.5%, while the rates in the market today is about 7.5%. And they're not only buying the rate down for whole 30 years, they're giving you all your appliances, but on top of that, they're giving you $15,000 towards closing. So you can practically buy this house on a VA loan for 0 down, or on a USDA loan at 0 down. Or you can just buy this at 3.5% and have everything there. So, and we have helped countless families. So choosing the right agent is super important. Make sure to check our reviews on Google, Facebook, Zillow. Check us out, because this is all we do. And like my wife says, I'm only good for real estate and Friday night pastas. I'll take that, because this is something that we know, and we pride ourselves in making sure that we can assist you accordingly. Now, you have this open space right there. This is your family living. You can have a TV right there if you want, but this is your family living area. And then you also have a little staircase cavity right here, which is kind of nice. This could be a doghouse. This could be a storage area for the fall or for Christmas and stuff like that. So you have this nice space right there. So let's go upstairs and check rest of this beautiful house out. So as I come upstairs, now this does have a carpet upstairs. You do have a nice window with the blind included. This is your another family living area, you could call it. Or with my kids, I would probably use that as their study. Or if you are a young couple, and maybe this could be your gym area. There's so many options. There's so many things that you could do right over here. And I have also seen some of my clients being very creative and created that space into a little theater with, those dark curtains, and they can hook it up and they can create this into a dark room, and this could be their own private movie theater. Now, as I come in the foyer, you have the other secondary bedroom over here. I tend to stand in the corners to give you a good idea of the depth of how big the room is. But if you do want to know the exact dimensions to be able to figure out, will it fit my furniture, please put that in the comment below and I'll be happy to send you that. You have a light fixture over here that is included in the price, along with the blinds and the double door to your closet space. Nothing too amazing or exciting about the closet space. It's just that it is conveniently located right here. And then on a two-story home, for the most part, you're always going to have your laundry room upstairs for the most part. Let me just put that caveat in there. So your Whirlpool appliances are included. It does have the MVP flooring over here because it is some sort of water resistant. So it's kind of nice that you have here. And then right across from it, you have this closet space right here. And one thing that I do want to point out is I want to show you this, because I want to point out, when you have a solid door, your air conditioning needs to breathe. And I learned this recently from one of our inspection, is that when you have a door like this that has the groove for the air to go in, it makes it a lot more easier on your air conditioning unit. So it's nice that it's not a whole solid door. It has these grooves for the air to kind of go in. And what I also like the fact is that you have a little tray, and this is elevated. Some builders will have your AC handler in the attic. I'm not a huge fan of it, especially if it is going to be an investment property, because the liability of the tenant to go up and change so they can upkeep the AC handler, I'm just not comfortable about that. But that is a matter of personal choice. You may be fine with it, you may not be fine with it, but that is something you need to decide. You have the other secondary bathroom shower tub combination with this plexiglass that you see over here. You also have the MVP flooring and the quartz with the undermount sink, and right adjacent to it is the other bedroom. It's a little bit bigger bedroom. What I like is that it's right above your garage space, and you're overlooking the front, and depending upon where your lot is or what way the lot is facing, you may or may not get the sunlight throughout the day. Like in my specific house, my front faces the east and the back is the west, so we have light all throughout the day. That is another thing that you want to keep in mind. You have your closet space with the double door. It's kind of a little bit deeper. It just goes a little bit more in. And let me go ahead and take you to the master bedroom. Let me know your thoughts on this specific floor plan. Just to recap, it's a 4 bedrooms, 3 bathroom, 2371 square foot in a community with an HOA of $69 a month. That includes a resort style pool, a clubhouse, kids play area, a gym, a barbecue area, and a lot that is coming to this community. There is a CDD, and that is $1862 for a year. This is your master bedroom with the MVP flooring. It's a pretty good size, and this is what I'm talking about. When you have a room as big as this, having those extra lights, trust me, will help you. You have this nice window, and you are right above the garage, so you have a lot of space right there. And then right across from it is your walk-in shower with the plexiglass right there. This is something you can always change. I'm not a huge fan of this, but for the price, all inclusive with $15,000 in closing costs, I'll take it. It's affordable. And then you also have the double sink right there with this beautiful white cabinets. You also have a nice water closet. You know, it's a good size water closet because you have this space right there. And then let me take you to the most important part for all the lovely ladies. This is your master closet. Not a huge closet, but still a comfortable size. Let me know your thoughts on this specific house. Did you like the floor plan? Would you prefer something else? Let me know what do you think of this specific floor plan. If you have any specific questions, or if you have a specific model with any of the builders. There are over 50 plus builders, and we cover practically most of them. I have done over 585 plus videos, and every single video is a different floor plan. I rarely do a same floor plan again. The only time I would do it is that if it has some sort of a variation to it, like if the den is converted into a bedroom, or if the upstairs open family area has been converted into a bedroom, or vice versa and whatnot. That is the only time I will go ahead and do that. I'm very picky in terms of being able to bring you all the floor plans, just for the fact because you can only find the decorated models with the builders for some specific floor plans, but for the rest of it, you just got to use your imagination. I don't know about you, but mine is pretty bad. So I like to kind of walk in through the whole house and understand the flow of the house. I do hope that my video bring in a lot of value for you, and if they do, please press that thumbs up button, show me some love, and don't forget to check us out, Orlando Home Show in Espanol and Orlando Living with D. And now that I'm doing my TikTok dance and my Instagram reels, make sure to check us out there too. Until the next video, thank you for watching. Bye for now.